So as promised, I'll be releasing a series of short classes that can help you when you have maybe 5-10 minutes in your day and you're feeling like you really need a good stretch. Exercises that are going to help you, or movement that's really going to help you to find spaciousness within the body for yourself, for baby, to help ease out those aches and niggles and pains, especially in the lower back, the hips. We're going to open up the hips, open up the shoulders, get some length through the side body, and also just find a place for the mind. So we'll be doing some breath work as well. Those that come along to my classes know that I teach some core breaths that can help through pregnancy, labor, birthing your baby, and into motherhood. So we'll always start with a short bit of breath work, and then we'll move on to some asanas. So today we're going to work with a full yogic breath. And a full yogic breath is really about breathing with awareness into the body and slowing the breath down, and then extending on our exhalation. So when we learn to extend in the exhalation, that really helps us to bring our body into a parasympathetic state, which is what we really want when we're birthing our babies. It helps to bring calm, it helps to release all those wonderful hormones in the body. Oxytocin helps to keep the cervix dilating, and it helps us to birth our babies. But equally, it helps us to keep the body calm during our pregnancy as well, and in motherhood. It can bring energy, vitality, calm, grounding. There's so much that our breath can do. So we'll start it today. Always in these classes, I would say the best thing to have with you are some props. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can grab a belt, quite a long belt. You could grab a dog leash if you have a dog, a tie, whatever the case may be, maybe a long piece of ribbon. Have that handy for you. You can have a brick block. If you don't have a brick block, you can get a really big fat book and have that to hand. And always having something to sit on, equally, maybe a book or a few magazines to sit on, or a nice comfy cushion, a meditation cushion as well. So what we always want to do in pregnancy is ensure and get into a really good practice from the beginning of your pregnancy to sit with your hips higher than your knees. This helps to keep the pelvis in the correct alignment. And later on in our pregnancy, in the 3rd trimester, when we start to think about things like optimal fetal positioning, which I will talk about later on in the pregnancy yoga series. So what we can do is bring your block, pop it down. You're going to pop your sit bones onto that, and then bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position, not a tight cross, just crossing one ankle in front of the other, whichever feels more comfortable. And if it's not comfortable for you, by all means, please do extend the legs. Equally, you can sit on the heels, place the block underneath the heels, or you can straddle a bolster. So bolsters are really great to have handy with you as well. Okay, so we'll start off with a few shoulder rolls, just to ease into the body and ease into the breath. So taking a lovely big inhale, draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And as you exhale, roll them back down. Lovely. Inhale, feel the breath move into the body through the nose. And as you exhale, release the breath either through the nose or the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's move the other way. Inhale up towards the ears. Bring the shoulders forward and then all the way back. Inhale, taking your time. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's roll the shoulders back the other way. One more time. Inhale up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, allow the shoulders to slide down the pockets in the back. Feel that lovely extension through the back body. Tailbone rooting down, crown of the head reaching up. Just making any movements that you feel you need to get yourself really comfortable. And then we'll start to connect to the breath. So you have a few options. You can sit with your hands resting on the thighs. You can bring your hands onto your baby, resting on your belly. Perhaps one hand to your heart and one hand to your baby. Or maybe even bringing your hands into prayer. And as you start to rest into the breath, slowly begin to draw the breath in through the nose. And if you have a hand resting on the belly, notice now as you take the breath in how the belly rises and expands, so that hand moves away from you. So we're creating space within for yourself and baby. And now as you exhale, feel that hand draw back in towards you, so gently moving baby in towards you for a hug. What a beautiful gift our breath can give us. We can give our babies gentle hugs, or we're hugging our babies all day long. Breathing in again. And then exhale, allow the breath to slowly unravel and release. Now we're going to move that breath a little bit deeper into the body, or notice as it moves deeper into the body. Taking the breath all the way in. Feel the belly move into, the breath move into the belly, and then feel the breath move up into the rib cage. So now we are creating expansion in the front, the side, and the back body. Again, creating more space for you and baby. And then as you exhale, allow that breath to unravel and release, and draw baby back in towards you for that gentle hug from within. Beautiful. Let's breathe again. This time we'll take the breath even deeper. So breathing all the way in, feel the belly rise and expand. Maybe even bringing the hands onto the ribs, and as you draw the breath in, feel the ribs part, that gentle flossing between the ribs and creating that expansion and space. Now feel the breath move all the way up into the chest. And then sneak one last bit of breath into the collarbones, really revitalizing. And now as we exhale, feel the collarbones knit back together, the ribs knit back together, and baby draws back in towards you for a gentle hug. So this is our full yogic breath. So perhaps now taking a gentle gaze or closing the eyes. And as we breathe, taking the breath all the way in, feeling the belly rise and expand, taking the breath into the rib cage and all the way up into the chest and the collarbones. And then we'll exhale, soften and release. Allow every last bit of breath to unravel. So we're going to start to bring some counter breaths in now. We'll do 5 rounds of breath. Taking a natural breath in and out. And now as we breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, feel the breath move into the body, taking that fresh oxygenated blood, that expansion, that space for you and baby, all the way up into the chest and the collarbones. And then as we exhale, allow the breath to unravel and release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale again. Don't worry if you cannot get to 5 and 7. The more we practice, the easier it becomes. And now as we exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This time we're going to engage the pelvic floor. So drawing the pelvic floor in as we breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release the pelvic floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, pelvic floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release the pelvic floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lovely. So keeping the hands where they are, gently releasing them onto the thighs. Taking a gentle bow of the chin towards your heart and your babies. Perhaps bringing your hands into prayer if that feels comfortable. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for making it here today. Thank yourself for this beautiful gift that you are giving to yourself and to your baby. There are so many benefits of prenatal yoga, both for you and baby, through your pregnancy, for labor, for birth, and beyond into motherhood. Taking a beautiful big breath in, and as you exhale, feel the breath on the fingertips. And then we'll slowly release the hands and gently rest them onto the thighs. Now on the inhale, we're going to reach the arms forward and take them all the way up. Allow the shoulders to settle. Feel that length through the side body. Take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. And as you inhale, lift to lengthen on the right side. And as you exhale, arc your body all the way up and over. Feel that beautiful stretch on the right side of the body. Rib cage lifting up and away from baby. Inhale, come back to center. Change the switch. And then exhale over to the other side. Now feeling that stretch on the left side of the body. Take a beautiful big breath in, come back to center, and then we'll move over to the second side. As you exhale, arc up and over, drawing the arms straight and softening the shoulder away from the ear. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the other side. Now let's do one more each side. Inhale, lift, and exhale over. One more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the arms forward, and then we'll take the arms back. Bringing the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, bend the elbows. And as you take a lovely big inhale, fill up the body with breath. And as you exhale, draw the fingertips down towards the mat behind you, or rather the knuckles. Take a gentle gaze. Feel the rib cage and the sternum lifting up and away from baby. So breathe into the spaciousness of the front body. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. This is particularly lovely in the third trimester if you find that you really haven't got enough space for baby. Or if you find that you don't have enough space for you and for baby. Take the arms all the way up. Reach the arms out towards the side. And now we're going to cross the right arm over the left, coming into Garandasana arms. Pressing the palms together. If that's not possible, just take a hold of opposite shoulders. So get the same stretch. Take a beautiful inhale. And then as you exhale, reach the elbows down towards baby. Inhale, unravel, reach into the arms. And as you exhale, cross the other way. Take a lovely big inhale. And exhale, point the elbows down towards baby. Releasing the arms, taking them wide. Reaching the arms all the way up. Bring the palms to touch. And as you exhale, bring the hands through prayer. Release the hands onto the thighs. Shrug the shoulders up, back and down. And just take a moment to connect back to the breath. Gentle gaze or close of the eyes. Resting the hands on the thighs, the belly, or one hand to belly and one hand to heart. Keeping that connection to baby. Taking the breath all the way in. And as you exhale, lengthen the exhale. Allow all the breath to unravel and release. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And if the eyes are closed, a gentle flickering of the eyes open, releasing the hands. So we're going to make our way onto all fours, just gently releasing off your block, popping it off to one side, and then slowly making your way onto all fours. So we really want to be stacking our hips directly over the knees. The hands are pointing forward. We're going to take a lovely big inhale and lift the gaze gently. On the exhale, press the mat away up the spine, tuck the chin and draw your baby closer towards you. Having the knees a comfortable hip distance or wider apart. Inhale, glide forward. And then exhale, rounding and tucking in. Press the mat away. One more inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to come to a flat back. Take the knees the distance of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Take a lovely big inhale. And as you exhale, press your sitting bones all the way back to your heels. So just making sure that you have enough space for baby to spill between the thighs. Take a lovely big inhale, walking the hands forward. And then we're going to soften down and lower all the way down to the mat. If that's not comfortable, you can grab one of your blocks and you can rest your head on the block. You have 3 settings: high, medium, and low. Or perhaps you can rest the head in your hands. And if you have any reflux, and this is not comfortable, by all means come up to a seated position, or rather keep the head higher than the heart. This is a beautiful way to bring breath down the back body, especially important in labor. So we're drawing the breath all the way in. And exhale, release it out. Take another beautiful big breath in. And exhale, release it out. One more breath in. And exhale, release it out. Now we're going to slowly make our way back to all fours. So gently pressing forward, keeping the toes untucked. And we're just going to gently start to make some circular motions with the body. So just gently swaying the hips from side to side. So anytime being on all fours is a really wonderful way to release the pressure of baby pressing down on the organs. And in yoga, we tend to do very much linear movements, whereas in pregnancy yoga, we do more circular movements. So what we're going to start to do is to bring the hips all the way forward and then round and back. So inhale and exhale. You can start to bring the shoulders and the rib cage into that as well. So it's almost like you were inside a barrel and you're barrel rolling around inside. So inhaling over to one side, exhale, rolling back. Let's come to stillness and start that on the other side now. So we'll inhale, exhale, inhale. Let the head be heavy. Bring the shoulders and the rib cage in as well. This is also a wonderful way to release lower ligament pain in the belly, and especially good for helping with back pain. And we're going to come to stillness. From here, we're going to tuck the toes, press the hips back on the inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to invite that right leg forward to the outside of the right hand. Now, if you cannot get your foot along in one go, just start to bring the foot forward and you can help it along with you. So it really doesn't matter if you cannot get it there straight away. You're going to slightly scooch that foot off to center, and we're going to do some of those juicy hip circles again. So we're going to inhale, come forward, and exhale back. So just moving with the rhythm of your breath. You can let the head be heavy and just really ease into this. And we're going to come to stillness. Take a lovely big inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to invite that leg all the way back. Just taking a moment to lift the gaze on the inhale, and on the exhale, rounding and tucking in. Inhale, we come back to that flat back. We're going to tuck the toes, press the hips back, and invite that left foot now to the outside of the left hand, scooching that foot over. We'll start to rotate. So inhale, come forward, and exhale back. So getting the synovial fluid and the hip joint moving around, really creating some movement. The moment it becomes sedentary, things will tend to feel like they've seized up. So if you find that you are sitting at a desk for most of your day, we're going to take that foot back, and then we're gently going to part the knees again, bring the big toes to touch, and we're going to do some gentle rolling cats. So this is a really wonderful alternative to knees, chin, chest, and chaturanga in a usual normal yoga practice. So what we do is we take a lovely big inhale. On the exhale, we round the spine and tuck the chin. Press the sitting bones all the way back towards the heels. Lower the forearms, and on the inhale, roll through. Exhale, rounding, always making sure there's enough space for baby. Coming all the way forward, and we'll do one more. Exhale, rounding. Lower the forearms, lift the gaze, come all the way back. And we're going to settle back towards the heels. If this is not comfortable, you can bring a bolster, and the other option is to take a block and gently place it between the heels and the sit bones and sitting back. So this is incidentally is a really wonderful pose. It's called the after dinner mint pose. So in pregnancy, very often we end up with heartburn and indigestion. So it's really good to come into this position for a good kind of 10 minutes, breathing into perhaps full yogic breath, ujjayi breath, or just breathing through and allowing the body to help itself, or the breath to help the body to digest. Because obviously in pregnancy there's not a lot of space when we eat, especially later on in the trimester. It just feels like there's no space for anything because baby is taking up all the space. So just sitting for a moment, resting the gaze, perhaps bringing one hand to the heart and one hand to baby, and a gentle gaze or bow of the eyes down, or bow of the chin. And we'll take 3 rounds of breath, drawing the breath all the way in. So we're always bringing the breath right up into the chest and the collarbones. This is especially important later on in trimester, around weeks 32, 33, when the diaphragm is totally compromised because baby is taking up all the space. So if you think about the diaphragm and how it works like an umbrella, it's not able to do that movement anymore. So it's really important to learn to bring that breath right up into the chest and the collarbones. So exhaling as you go. Let's take one more round of breath here. Take a beautiful big inhale. And an exhale. And then we'll slowly come to stillness, releasing the block, coming to sit back on the block, scooching the hips off to one side, always taking a little break or a few rounds of breath between each of the poses. So we're going to pop this under the sitting bones. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So you might want to bring your strap with you for this one. We'll just finish off with a little forward fold. So in pregnancy, we always keep the feet a comfortable hip distance or perhaps further apart. And if you are able to reach the toes, that's fantastic, but always be mindful that there is relaxant in the body. So if you are finding yourself reaching forward and thinking, wow, I'm totally flexible, this is incredible, and you ordinarily wouldn't be able to reach your toes, I would say just ease off a little bit and rather use a prop. So props are wonderful for helping to bring leverage into a pose and for helping us to move into a pose safely. So first of all, what we want to do here is ensure that we are integrating the legs into the practice. And we do that by flexing the feet and really pressing the heels away and drawing the toes towards you. It's almost as though you're pressing your feet against a wall. We're going to take that strap around the ball of the foot, and this is a very gentle hold. Very often I'll see ladies really pulling on it so their shoulders are rounding and their back is hunching. This is not what we want to do here. So what we want is this beautiful elongation through the back body, and we want to lead with the heart and chest. So if you find that this is as far as you can go, this is optimal, and that is good. So at the same time of flexing those feet, we're drawing the back of the legs into the mat, and we're going to drop on the kneecaps. So from here, that very soft hold. Take a beautiful big inhale, and as you exhale, hinging forward at the hips. And you might find that maybe you can walk the hands a little bit closer. So keeping that gaze between the feet, take a lovely big inhale, and then exhale, soften. One more inhale, and exhale. And then we'll slowly lift up, release the strap, and we'll come back to a cross-legged position. So thank you, ladies and babies, for joining me for this session. I wish you a wonderful day, an energized day. You can come back to these sequences anytime. I will be adding more on each week. If there's anything in particular that you really want, if you've been in my pregnancy classes and there's a sequence you really like, please do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to record a sequence for you. So be happy, be safe, be blessed. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.